the show.
Hi.
So you've gone from someone who took 7 years to make her first film because actors just didn't believe that that specific story would work. And you've gone from that to being the person that every actor wants to work with because you make very specific individual stories. Does it feel a bit ironic, surreal sometimes?
You can't look at it like that. No, I get it. It was a time when there were no multiplexes. It was a time when these kind of stories weren't told. These kind of lead actors the lead characters, heroes, didn't exist. And honestly, it didn't make money. So they also felt that this won't fly right now. So they also had a point. So you can't be like, now you want to work with me. I mean, it's an evolution,
Yeah.
and this is the business. Yeah, this is where we're in, and it's creative. Sometimes you're in form. Sometimes you're not in form. Our jobs are, they've got a lot to do with our psychology.
True.
They've got a lot to do with what's going on in your life right now and where you're at and where your attention is. It's not so simple.
Sure.
Yeah.
But what powered you during that phase when you just couldn't cast the film, when you had actors and then you didn't have them? You carried on relentlessly.
Yeah.
You didn't compromise on what you wanted to make.
Yeah.
That was the story you wanted to tell. What kind of fueled that?
I think a lack of options, because I've never wanted to do anything else and I'm obsessed with movies, and B, serious cockiness.
Yeah.
Serious cockiness. Like I just was like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm gonna be a huge filmmaker. You know what I mean? Like, bottom line, serious cockiness. Like, and I remember so clearly. I put the scene into the film. I was really upset because an actor refused my movie, and I was with Rima, and I'm like, and Farhan, and I was actually crying, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And like, is this gonna happen? And I don't know if I fit in. And and Rima was like, "Are you here to work with this person?"
Right.
And I was like, "No." She's like, "Why are you here?" And she's like, "You're here to make movies. So this person is of no relevance."
So because one of the themes of this show is bold moves, what do you consider the one bold move or the one key decision that you took in your career that has led directly to being where you are today?
Okay. So when I was struggling to make Luck by Chance, I'm not going to give you names because that's not cool. A very big lead actor offered me a movie that he wanted to make, and asked me to direct it. And I really thought about it, and it was a blockbuster. Like, it was
On paper.
on paper. You know what I mean? It just the idea of it.
Yeah.
And but it just wasn't the story I wanted to tell. And I really thought about it. It was a massive decision. And I was like, my first film can't be about you. It has to be about me.
Right.
So, and I had nothing at that point, and so I didn't do it. But I think it held me in good stead.
Right.
I also had the privilege to say no.
Right.
To that.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't call it such a bold move. I mean, it is bold on one level, but I had the privilege because I was working.
Right.
I was working as a casting director, I was working as an assistant director, so I was making money.
Right.
Like, I was working, I had a job.
Right.
And I don't pay rent.
Yeah.
I have a house from, with my parents. So I was, yes, it was, like, I was saying no
It's so
to,
pretty, yeah.
directing, but I wasn't on the street.
Right.
So maybe if I didn't have anything, I don't know if I would.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I
don't
get
know.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've said that one of the smartest things you did while training to become a director was not stick to any one director. You trained under multiple directors.
Yeah.
You worked with as an assistant to many directors.
Yeah.
Presumably to understand different and absorb different styles and different approaches to work.
Yeah.
How has that sort of defined or shaped your own filmmaking?
I think when you work, like, either you go to film school, when you go to film school, you come out, it's a very different, you cultivate
Yeah.
your voice, but that comes with its own ethos being in a film school, you know. And I did do a diploma course, or a degree. I did a diploma, and it was fun. But working with directors, working on the ground was really amazing.
Who were some of the filmmakers that you assisted?
Meera, Dave Benegal, Mahesh Mathai, Tony Gerber, this American director, Farhan on Dil Chahta Hai, and Kaizad Gustad on Bombay Boys, and a lot of commercial directors. Prasoon Pandey, who's amazing.
Right.
He's amazing with actors. You know, Abhinay Deo. I mean, just tons and
Very
tons.
interesting choices, yeah.
Tons and tons of commercial directors and tons of foreign ad filmmakers.
Right.
Because we were freelance ADs, so I just did all the foreign jobs that came to India.
Right.
I did most of those. So lots of people.
What is the influence that your parents' work had on you growing up?
You know, I think the concept only of like writing,
Yeah.
that the idea that you can sit down and write.
Right.
I think when you are around that from the time you're that high, I think that somehow influences you. You know, that write anything. Write a composition, write a poem, write a song, write a story. You start thinking about writing and start writing at a very young age because you see it as a practice around you. Okay, so you're seeing story sessions, you're seeing narrations. It just comes in with osmosis. Also, there's no better film school than watching films.
True.
There is no better film school.
You said your mom exposed you to everything.
Everything. Like Farhan, I think Farhan's film school is just watching films.
What does success mean to you? Is Luck by Chance the film that didn't necessarily do very well at the box office, and yet it's a film that people hold so dearly to their hearts. Is it a failure compared to Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, which was a box office success in your head?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Zindagi got made the way it got made because of Luck by Chance.
Sure.
You know, and it's weird because it may not have, but like someone like Katrina who didn't know me, and Katrina was a bona fide box office superstar, you know.
Right.
And she was like right there, and she's very commercially oriented and wired, and she called me and said, I want to work with you.
Right.
And I was like, really? And she said, I really liked your film, and I think I think you're a great director, and I'd like to work with you. So it was like it was just simple. I'd already worked with Ritik. He didn't care if the film made money or no. He liked it, and he was like, yeah, I'm on.
Right.
So it suddenly made my casting life very easy.
So now that you've directed an original series for an OTT platform, what did that give you, or why was it important to work in that medium? What were the luxuries that afforded you that perhaps cinema doesn't?
Couple of things. I mean, it's a medium I consume. I watch shows. So, and I like them because of the long format. I'm a writer and I tend to anyway overwrite. So it's just perfect for me. You know, so it gives you those many hours to develop characters, those many hours to unfold stories, those many hours for character arcs, and you can get into details, and you know, so it's a different beast. I worked with Reema and I worked with Alankrita Srivastav on this, and we had fun doing it.
And finally, of course, the production company, Tiger Baby, that you've launched with Reema, is off to a flying start.
Yes.
What do you want for this company to represent, and what can we expect from the banner?
You know, like we definitely want to tell contemporary stories. We want to tell Indian stories, and we want to tell them in a syntax that hopefully the globe can watch.
Right.
You know, and at the same, but we want to. This is our home ground. You know, this is our home ground. We want to make commercial Hindi films for a global audience.
Nice.
Eventually, that is what we want to do.
Right.
And we're going to try, and hopefully we'll succeed. We want to tell shows. We want to do anything. We want to tell stories. We want to make documentaries. We want to make long format shows. Content that's interesting, and films that come out of India that hopefully can be a wider audience. That's commercial films out of India.
Zoya Akhtar, many congratulations. Thank you for a wonderful film. Thank you for wonderful content coming out of the company. Looking forward to lots more.
Yay,
Thank you so much. Thank you.